Hey, what's up, my friend? Another book haul I want to show you and share with you, and just get your thoughts if you've read any of these books. I've read a few of them, but some of them I look forward to reading, but some of them I've never heard of, but it sounded good. So, like always, go ahead and pick it up. So let's get into it. All right, the first one is How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is an iconic book on business and kind of mindset and networking. So you definitely need to read this if you don't have this in your library. So I got a retro version of it and then a newer version I was able to find. And actually, all of these books, I got about a total of 30. I got for $7.50. If you have a local Friends bookstore, that's what they call it here. It's they sell them for 25 cents, and they have them every once in a while, not all the time, and it benefits local churches, I think, or charities, and a lot of them are from books from the library and other places people donate them. So check it out if you have a place like that. Thoughts and Meditations. And it's a good way to get books for your library if you want to start collecting books and reading more. And price is an issue with you because you can get tons of books for pennies, 25 cents a piece. So another good place is Goodwill on Goodwill or thrift shops. Goodwill's kind of expensive on their hardbacks. Last time I checked, they're like $2.50 for a paperback if price is an issue for you. But on half price day, you can get them for 50 cents and $1.50 or $1.25. So, and they have that, I think, the first Saturday of every month or something like that. So be sure to check that out if you want to start getting good deals on books. This one is from Ayn Rand, however you say that. The New Left. I actually read The Fountainhead from her because it was recommended from Mark Cuban. He said it was his best or his favorite #1 book. And so I looked it up and then I actually ended up finding it in a box, one of the boxes from the Epic Book Haul. So it was pretty awesome. Read that. It's a long book, but it was well worth it. It was a good read. But I'm looking forward to reading this one and a few others of hers. I got here Napoleon Hill, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. Of course, he wrote the iconic Think and Grow Rich you've probably heard of. If not, check it out. It's a great book. Got my first CG, Carl Gustav Jung or Jung, however you like to say it. The Art of Understanding Yourself. It just sounded good, so I picked it up. Seeds of Greatness. I haven't read this one, but I've heard things about it, so I picked it up. I think I have the hardback of this that I found in a box from the Epic Book Haul, but I'm not sure, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And if anything, I'll give it away in the book giveaways on New Life, New Dreams. I got a Maslow, The Farther Reaches of the Human Nature. So that one's pretty sweet. I think that's my first book from him. This fellow, Jesus. It just sounded interesting, and why not, pick up a book and learn from one of the greatest spiritual teachers in our history of The Art of Loving by Erich Fromm. I've heard some really good things about this, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I haven't read any of his other ones. The Power of Positive Thinking, another Norman Vincent Peale, Power of Positive Thinking, but I always pick up a copy of these because they're a good book just to give away or people that haven't read it. Loan them out. I got The 4 Agreements. This book, I had someone that just kept asking me, hey, have you read The 4 Agreements? And I was like, no, I haven't read that book. And then they asked me again, and I was like, no, you asked me, you already asked me that. And they said it was just so good. They've read it so many times. And I actually ended up coming across it. But then I end up finding these like 3 weeks later, so I'll be giving these away. Really good book too. It's a quick read. You can sit down and read it in a day. Practicing the Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This goes along with the book The Power of Now, which is a really great book. So you need to read that too, and that's with New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I have a lot of those I'll be giving away. I just got in them, every time I saw a copy, I picked it up. But Practicing the Power of Now. I haven't read that one, but I've read The Power of Now, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. The Law of Attraction, the Basic Teachings of Abraham. Now, I've heard a lot of things about Abraham Hicks, Jerry and Esther Hicks, so I'm looking forward to reading this one and some of their other books. Actually came across one of theirs at just a stop at a library. Came across about controlling our emotions, and I read it, and I really liked it, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. Cultivating Stillness, a Taoist manual for transforming body and mind. Of course, it's about the mind, so I grabbed it. We got God, A Story of Revelation by Deepak Chopra. Deepak's the man. I've read a lot of his books. Well, actually, let's see. I think 5, but he has like 50 books, and so when I find them, I pick them up. I enjoy his books. Other than I read one of his novels. It was, I think, The Return of Merlin. I really didn't like it, but that was just me. This is The Path to Love, Deepak Chopra. We got How to Practice the Way to a Meaningful Life, the Dalai Lama. The Millionaire Messenger by Brendon Burchard. Now, Brendon Burchard is like one of the top personal development in the online space. He started doing online marketing with a lot of the online marketing guys, and then he started really pushing his own personal development type message, and he's a really great person to follow. And if you haven't read the Motivation Manifesto, highly recommend getting that and going through that multiple times. I'll probably read that book throughout my life. But Millionaire Messenger was a really good book. I think that was his second book. And it's more of selling your services and being the millionaire messenger if you're a coach, author, consultant, and things like that. The Millionaire Next Door. I thought it would be a good read, and I've heard some things about that, so I went ahead and picked it up. And then picked up 2 more copies of A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose by Eckhart Tolle. Look out for the giveaway if you want that book. James Redfield, The Celestine Vision. Now this goes with the Celestine Prophecy, which I read this book. And a quick story about this is I think I picked up a book in Goodwill when I was just looking through books. And it really caught my attention and sounded, awesome. And so I grabbed it, but it was a guide of, practicing the teachings in this book. And so I had to read this book because I read that book, and it really, I wanted to go through the order of how he put them out. And this book was, super good. I went through this probably in a day. But if you're on self-development, you're on your path to self-development, you want to, reach your higher self, your potential, you need to read this book. It's a fiction, nonfiction, but it's really good. And then I haven't read this one, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then after the Celestine Prophecy, there was the 10th Insight, which I read that one right after the Celestine Prophecy. And then I got 2 copies of the 10th Insight, so I'll be giving one of those away. And then the 12th Insight I haven't read, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then the Holographic Universe. I've read this by Michael Talbot. This was really good, but it's really deep. So, this is kind of out, I wouldn't say out there. It depends on where you're at in your path and self-development, consciousness, universal consciousness. But this is a really good book, and it really opens your eyes to some things that we do see and experience every day. So I really recommend reading this, and you'll probably have to read it a few times. I'll probably go back and read it multiple times too, but good info in there. But out of this book haul, I would say the books I haven't read, or books that I have read, I would definitely read New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, and Celestine Vision. Those 3 right there are, up there in the top of my books, top read. And then also, How to Win Friends and Influence People is just an iconic book. So go ahead and pick that up, or check out New Life, New Dreams, so you can get in the giveaway and maybe pick one up. Let me know your comments. Which books are on your list? Are any of these books on your list? Which books would you like to read or sounds interesting to you? And let me know, what you're reading right now. Are you reading more fiction or nonfiction? And what's your favorite to read? So let me know in the comments, or follow us on Facebook at New Life, New Dreams. It's facebook.com/New Life, New Dreams, and enter the giveaway. Share it with others that are into reading and self-development. And I'll look forward to seeing you over there. Thanks again for watching. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love.